Good morning students, this is Joy Varghese from Uncovering Chemistry. Today in video 12 we are going to discuss about chemical properties what we have stopped last time. Last time we have seen nucleophilic addition reaction mechanism, then we saw the reactivity in which we saw aldehydes are more reactive than ketone. What are the reasons? We saw the factors, that is steric factor is there, then electronic factor, all the things we have discussed. Then we discuss about aromatic aldehydes are less reactive than aliphatic. What is the reason, that we discuss. Today we are going to discuss about the third chemical properties, that is what we call it as examples of nucleophilic addition reaction in which addition of hydrogen cyanide we are going to study. Right? So now what happens in this case? Now whenever a aldehyde or a ketone is treated with HCN, the reaction is very slow. Right? Because in HCN, that is from HCN, we get a nucleophile. What we get? A nucleophile we get. Understood? From HCN, we get a nucleophile. To get this nucleophile for the substitution, the reaction is very slow, so we use a catalyst. What we use? A catalyst to speed up the reaction, and the catalyst used with HCN is the base. What is the catalyst used as? Base is used as a catalyst. Clear? To produce a nucleophile for the reaction. Understood? So the reaction with HCN is slow, so we use a catalyst as a base to boost up the reaction to get a nucleophile, and that nucleophile we will add to the carbonyl carbon, either aldehyde or ketone, what we say. Okay, so that we are going to study. So the next part, see. Okay. Now aldehydes or ketones reacts with HCN to give cyanohydrin, but we know the reaction, what we say, the reaction with pure HCN is slow. The reaction with pure HCN is slow. So to speed up the reaction, we use a catalyst. What we use? A catalyst in form. That is, catalyst base is used as a catalyst to speed up the reaction or to get a nucleophile. That is, suppose HCN is there, the HCN is treated with a base. What is this? A base, and that is nothing but the catalyst, what we say, to give you what? A nucleophile. What to give you? A nucleophile. Huh? So it reacts with a base to give a nucleophile. Okay, like this we can write. Okay, so this is the nucleophile what we get, and that we are going to use in this reaction. So if a reaction is given like this, that is a carbonyl carbon, what we say. Now in this case, when we say this is delta plus and this is delta minus, why? Because of difference in electronegativity. So when a carbonyl carbon is treated with Cn minus, what we say, that is a nucleophile, because we are talking about what? Nucleophilic addition reaction. So when it is treated with what we call it as a nucleophile, this nucleophile will attack this carbonyl carbon. What it will do? It will attack this carbonyl carbon, because this is electropositive, it is electron deficient. So this is electron efficient. So it will attack this carbonyl carbon, and you get an addition product of tetrahedral intermediate. What you get? A tetrahedral intermediate. Means I will write like this. See here, O minus I will write. O minus, and here Cn. Right? So this is your tetrahedral intermediate what you get. What is this? I think you can see tetrahedral intermediate. See? We get a tetrahedral intermediate what we call, or also you can call it as addition product. Okay, so after getting this tetrahedral intermediate with a proton transfer, what is the word what we call it as? With a proton transfer, means either you can use an acid or from the medium what we say. So with a proton transfer, what happens in this case? You will see that you will get a compound here OH and here Cn, and due to cyanide and hydroxyl group, it is called cyanohydrin. What it is called? Cyanohydrin. Understood this part? So that's why it is called cyanohydrin. Okay, so we use here a carbonyl carbon. Now based on this we will write two examples, one of aldehyde and one of ketone we are going to write. Okay, just a minute. Now you can see here the general form was like this: C double bond O delta plus delta minus plus Cn minus what we say will attack at this carbon. What you will get? You will get a tetrahedral C here O minus and here Cn. So this is your tetrahedral. What is the word? Tetrahedral intermediate. Okay. Now this on proton transfer, or when we use acid in this, what you will get? You will get C here OH and here Cn. So this is your cyanohydrine compound. Which compound? Cyanohydrine compound. Now this is a general form. Now this general form, if I write it in where, if I take here aldehyde, that is if I write here CH3C double bond O and H like this, in presence of Cn minus what we say, or in your book they have written HCN also you can write if you want. Understood? So Cn minus a nucleophile, this we got from what? HCN plus this, we got this part. Okay, what you will get, if you see in this case, you will get what? Tetrahedral intermediate, but in this case CH3C, here O, here H and here Cn. Okay, this is the part what I am talking about. So this is what we call it as, if you want, this is your intermediate, or what we call it as tetrahedral. What is the word? This word, your same thing you can write here, tetrahedral intermediate. Clear? Tetrahedral intermediate, which on proton transfer will give you CH3C, here H, here OH and here Cn like this, right? So this is the thing what we say, this is what your ethanol. Okay, this is ethanol, this is HCN from that cyano group what you get here. Then you can see ethanol cyanohydrine. Here Cn will come. Ethanol. Why ethanol? Because 1 and 2 carbon. Cyanohydrine. Ethanol cyanohydrine is the compound what you got in this case. Clear? Okay. Now the next part, ethanol will come. Here not A-O-A. Ethanol, because from ethanol we produce this. So ethanol when treated with HCN, that HCN how we get, because with HCN the reaction is slow, so you have to use a base as a catalyst. This is the base what we use, but only you have to write this nucleophile, and we are talking about nucleophilic addition reaction. So you will get a tetrahedral intermediate, that is a complex what we call, and that on proton transfer you will get what? Ethanol cyanohydrine. Don't, because of OH, don't write what we call it as ethanol. What is the reason? Because in this case OH here cyanohydrine, because cyano is for cyanide, Cn, and hydrine is for hydroxyl group. So like that the name cyanohydrine came in this case. Okay, so this was an example of what? Aldehyde. Now we will see the example of ketone what we say. See, in this ketone what you have to do? Only you have to remove this, and I will write here CH3. So this one will become what? Propanol. Right? Here H I will remove and write here CH3, tetrahedral intermediate what we got, and here H I will remove and I will write what? CH3. But we got this from propanol, so it will be what? Instead of ethanol there will be propanol cyanohydrine. Understood this part? Propanol cyanohydrine. So this was all about addition of HCN. Same way in your textbook it is given the second part, that is addition of what we call it sodium hydrogen sulfide. What is the word? Sodium hydrogen sulfide. Same thing it is, a little difference is there that I am going to explain. Next, see. Now the second part what we are going to discuss is about addition of sodium hydrogen sulfide, that is NaHSO3 sulfite, ITE, not IBE. So NaHSO3. Now when we write this NaHSO3, we can just write this easily, that is here NaHSO3 I will write Na plus, and this whole part is negative. Right? Now when we say in this case, here Na plus and HSO3 minus is there. So when we say this whole part will get attached at this position, right? And it will get a tetrahedral intermediate. It will give what? It will give intermediate. Now, when we talk about this intermediate, you can see here O SO3H you will get here, and here you will get ONA, like this what we see. Understood? So this is the intermediate what we are going to get in this case, which on H plus transfer. Okay, transfer, or also we can call it as proton transfer. Yeah, now this is also a reversible reaction, and which on proton transfer. Okay. Now in this case, after proton transfer, now if you don't understand, there is one simple technique to remember this thing. Simply you have to take this H on this part and this here like this. So proton transfer, H plus transfer what we say. So the product what you get is O SO3 Na, and here will be OH. So this is your bisulfide product. Which product? Bisulfide product, what we call it as. Understood or not? So this one bisulfide product, when we say here, in this case, I think this part understood. Okay? What is proton transfer? Proton means H that gets transferred. Now why this is called bisulfide? This hydrogen sulfide, that is sodium hydrogen sulfide, can also be called as sodium bisulfide. Clear? Now how we say sodium bicarbonate? NaHCO3, if you remember, which we use as a cooking soda, sodium bicarbonate, soda bicarb what we call. Understood? So in this case also sodium bisulfide means bi is the word used for hydrogen. So here you can see bisulfide product you get. It's a crystalline product. What is this? It's in a crystalline form. Which form? It is in a crystalline form. You must have studied about in solid state, crystalline and amorphous form of solids what you have seen. So this is a crystalline form what we get after this proton transfer. Understood? Now this same thing when I write here aldehyde in this case. What I write here? Aldehyde. So I have written CH3HCHO. Simply what you have to do? You have to change this part, and here you will see here what we got? OSO3H, and here ONA. This is again an intermediate what we get. We will not write tetrahedral, but actually it is tetrahedral only because carbon is connected with the 4 places. So we can call it as a tetrahedral complex also, or intermediate. So it gets attached, you will get an intermediate which on proton transfer. I explain you how to transfer the proton. You can write H here and Na here. So you will see here OSO3 Na and here OH. Okay, so this is the part what we got in this case, and if you want you can write the name of this as acetaldehyde bisulfide. What is this? Acetaldehyde bisulfide. Okay, a bisulfide product you can write if you want. Acetaldehyde bisulfide addition product. Okay, now in this case, this will not be propanol, this is acetaldehyde. Here from acetic acid it is derived, that's why I have written here. So acetaldehyde byproduct what you are going to get in this case. Okay, so this was all about aldehyde. Now same thing if ketone we use, simply you have to change here, right here CH3, and here instead of this will be what? Propanol. What it will be? Propanol, or acetophenone also we call it as. What we call it as? Acetone you can call. Acetone, propanol, nail polish remover what we say. And here, this again I will write here CH3 and here also CH3. Understood? Now this part again we will change. Now what we use here? We use here what? Acetone, that is propanol, so it will be acetone bisulfide. What it will be? Acetone bisulfide. Understood this part? So this was all about what we call it as the addition of sodium hydrogen sulfide or sodium bisulfide is another common name. What we say? Soda bicarb, what we say, the same thing what we say. Understood this part? So this was all about what we call it as addition of HCN, in which HCN reaction is slow. So you have to use a base as a catalyst and you will get a cyanohydrin product. While in this case you will get a bisulfide product. Okay. Now in your textbook, in the last that paragraph of this NaCO3, one line is given, that is it is written as the hydrogen sulfide addition compound, that is this part. What is done? Given there is water soluble and can be converted back to the original carbonyl compound by treating it with dilute mineral acid or alkali. Therefore, they are useful for separation and purification of aldehyde. Now, what is the meaning of that? That I am going to explain. Just a minute. Okay. Before writing this, there is a little change in this case. Here, it will be O will not be there. No? SO3 Na will be there. Then only it will be this product what I have written. Understood? But here, this in this complex, it will be O what we say. That is given in your textbook. You can see intermediate here O will be there. Understood this part? Okay. Now, the next what I am going to discuss. See, just a minute. Here 2 will be there. If I write like this 2. Okay, and there it is SO3. So this whole O is written as a 3 here in this case. Okay, so don't make mistake in that. Now what we say the next part, that is if you use HCl, you can get this product back. That is I will explain here. Now you can see this, what we have seen, that is whenever a carbonyl group, that is an aldehyde, I am talking about this is which aldehyde? Acetaldehyde. Clear? Acetaldehyde when treated with sodium bisulfite, you will get a tetrahedral intermediate, which on proton transfer you will get a acetaldehyde bisulfite. Now, if you want to get this thing from this, if you want to get this original product, what we have to do? Either this product what you got, what is that? CH3CH here, SO3Na, and here OH is there. This I will treat it with what? HCl. What I am treated with? HCl. Means either you can treat with HCl or with NaOH, that is acid or base what is given in your textbook. So if I treat it with HCl, I can purify this compound and I will get this thing back again. Okay, means this product, from this product I will get this original compound back. That is the topic what I am explaining here. So when I treat this product, that is acetaldehyde bisulfite. Clear? With what? With an acid. What I will get in this case? So if I treat with this with an acid, you will get CH3, C double bond O and H. That is the product what we have used. I got it back here. Clear? Plus what I will get as a byproduct? NaCl plus SO2 plus H2O is the thing what I get it back. So what I use in the beginning, I can purify it by just treating with an acid what we say. Now this same thing can be done with a base also. What it can be done with a base, that is if NaOH if I use, same products will be there, but in this case this will change to Na2SO3 like this. Understood? Because here it will be 2Na. That's why it will be Na2SO3 here. Understood this part? So if you use either an acid or what we call it as a base, you will get the product back, what we see. Okay, so this is what is given in the last part of the paragraph in your textbook, what you get, that we get the original compound back. Okay, now the next one. Now the next nucleophilic addition reaction, in which we are going to discuss about addition of Grignard reagent. Now this you have already studied in 11th chapter, that is alcohol, phenol and ether. But we will repeat it again here because it is not given in your textbook. Okay. So what is Grignard reagent that you know? RMgX what we said. So if I write a general form of this C double bond O, we know this is delta plus delta minus plus RMgX. So when we say RMgX, no, R is minus and Mgx is plus what we say here. So what will happen in this case, you can easily understand, that is the negative part will go towards the positive part and positive part will go towards the negative part. So you get a addition product what we say, or an adduct also it is called. Okay. So what you will get? An addition product. Okay. So in this case I will write like this, that is C. Here it will be R and here Mgx. So this is your adduct also you can say, or also you can call it as an addition product. Which product? Addition product. Which on hydrolysis? Which on hydrolysis? Hydrolysis means H2O plus H2O and H plus. Okay, like this, or H plus H2O also you can write. That is hydrolysis. Which on hydrolysis will give you what? Alcohol it will give. What it will give you? Alcohol. Here here OMgH will come because this O we have not specified. So here what will happen in this case? Water, we know from water H plus and OH minus what we get. So here C, here R and here OH will be there, like this what we say. So this is the product what you got, that is the alcohol. Clear? And here MgOH, H, that is your byproduct. Now this same thing when we talk about aldehyde. So when you use aldehyde or what you call formaldehyde, that is HC double bond O and H. That what I have used here, formaldehyde. Clear? There is a trick to remember. When you use formaldehyde, you get a primary alcohol. When you use ethanol, that is acetaldehyde, you get a secondary alcohol, and when you use ketone, you will get a tertiary alcohol. So this you have to remember as an important note. What is the word? Formaldehyde. Formaldehyde means HCHO will give you primary alcohol. Which alcohol? Primary alcohol. Clear? When you use acetaldehyde, acetaldehyde means CH3, CHO, you will get what? Secondary alcohol you will get. What you will get? Secondary alcohol. Clear? And when you use what we call it as ketone, what is the word? Ketone. Ketone, the first ketone is CH3COCH3. We call it as acetone or propanone. So when you take this ketone, you will get tertiary alcohol. What alcohol? Tertiary alcohol. Understood this part? So this you have to remember. It can be asked in MCQ for 1 mark, and this full question can be asked for 3 marks. That is what? Addition of Grignard reagent. Understood? Now I just write, this was a general form. Now I write like this, plus what you write here? RMgX. So what you will get here? You will get here, HCH here R and OMgX. This is your addition product what you get on hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means H plus H2O. Acid catalyzed hydrolysis what we say. On hydrolysis you will get HC, here H, here R and OH. So this one is your primary alcohol. Which alcohol? Primary. Understood? Now the same thing if I use here, you can see. If I use, instead of this formaldehyde, I use what? Ethanol. What I use? Ethanol. Ethanol means acetaldehyde, means here CH3 what we said, means 2 carbon. 1 carbon is their primary alcohol, 2 carbon what we say here, what you say? Secondary, and in ketone you get what? Tertiary alcohol. So this is one very nice example. Here also I write instead of R, I write here CH3. So what will happen? Here CH3H, here again CH3, okay, and in this case here CH3 and here CH3, then this will be your secondary alcohol. Which alcohol? Secondary alcohol if you use what? Ethanol. Now suppose instead of ethanol you use what? Propanone, that is ketone. What is the word? Propanone. Propanone means what? I am talking about ketone. If you use ketone, what will happen in this case? Only you have to change this part what we say. Clear? So propanone, here CH3. So this carbon will become your tertiary. Tertiary carbon, and the alcohol what we are getting is your tertiary alcohol. Understood this part? So this was all about what we say it is. What it is? Tertiary means ketone. Say here. Ketone if you use tertiary alcohol. Acetaldehyde means 2 carbon what we use, we get what? Secondary alcohol, and 1 carbon, that is formaldehyde we use, we get the primary alcohol. So this was all about what we call it as Grignard reagent. Okay. Now the next one. Now the next one, what is there? It is addition of alcohol. What we say here, addition of alcohol. Now in that, hemiacetal, acetal, ketal, these are all a different type of reactions. What that I will be continuing in the next video. What we say. Okay. So we will not continue in this video. Next video, that is video number 13, we will be talking about that addition of what we call it as alcohol, in which acetal and ketal both we are going to see, and also about addition of ammonia and its derivatives we are going to see. Okay. So all the addition part, that is nucleophilic addition and all these things, we are going to continue in the next video, remaining what is left out. Okay. Thank you very much.